Hello, I'm Joanna. I'm sitting here in my backyard in Tulum, Mexico, at the home that I purchased in 2020 during the pandemic, thinking this would be my retirement home. And then I actually ended up moving to Tulum full time in 2022. I love this house. I bought it after only having toured it once, and I loved it. I loved the feel of it. I loved the big windows. I loved everything about it. But, you know, things change, and I realized really about a year ago that it's actually too much house for me. It's just me and my 3 dogs, and of course, occasionally I do have visitors, but not often enough to warrant having a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2-story home. So, as much as I love this house, I made the decision that I needed to probably downsize. The other thing that I don't like about this house is that it was built before I bought it. Somebody else had owned it. It was built in 2016. Somebody had owned it for 4 years before I bought it. And so it was hardscaped, and the backyard is pretty small. I do have a small plunge pool. But one of the really important things for me in buying a house in a jungle environment like Tulum is I really wanted to get more into gardening. I've always been a renter my entire life. This is the first home that I'd ever bought. So I was really excited to do some gardening. But because the property is already hardscaped, there's limited areas for gardening. So I basically had to do container gardening. And I've really enjoyed that. You can see behind me just some plants that are in containers, and I'll show you a quick pass of the yard in a minute, the backyard. The front yard I did actually enclose, and I planted half of it, left the other half for parking. And I have bananas and jasmine and ginger and various other plants growing in the front yard, and I really enjoy that. But I really wanted more room to plant. I really wanted to do a food forest, basically a jungle food forest, and there's just not enough room here to do that without pulling up the hardscape, which I'm just not willing to do, especially realizing that I really need to downsize, and I just don't need this much room. And so I made the hard decision to put this house on the market. It's still on the market. It hasn't sold yet. My expectation would be that it'd take a year or 2 to sell it. But I actually ended up purchasing a jungle lot off-grid over in Cozumel, which is about a 45-minute drive and then another 45-minute ferry ride from Tulum, where I'm at now. And I closed on that lot in December of 2024, and we've already started an off-grid build with the local contractor that I found, who came highly recommended. So he understands my desire to have the property be very green, and leave as many trees as possible on the lot, not clear cut the lot, which tends to be the case, at least here in Tulum, from what I've seen. And I do understand it, because it's a lot easier to build something when there's not a bunch of jungle in the way. But it just breaks my heart to see all the clear cutting that happens. So my lot over there is not being clear cut, and my hope is to keep some of the trees, or as many of the trees as I can, build a small 800 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-story home. It's really almost not quite a tiny home, kind of a large sized tiny home. And and then leave as much of the lot available for gardening as possible. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm excited about it, and I'm documenting it, and I will show you how that build progresses. I've already posted a couple of short videos on that, and I'll be adding more as the build progresses. So I'm really excited to share how that goes, and I'm sure there'll be some trials, and hopefully also some really good outcomes on that build. So stay tuned for that. And now I'm just going to give you a quick tour of my backyard here in Tulum.